Listen, church history is crazy complicated, and when you make statements like everyone has always believed fill in the blank here, then you clearly have not studied enough church history. So I'm going to say a lot in this super short segment that is either more nuanced than time will allow, or that just has a lot of competing views surrounding it and I can't get into them here. So every time I say something like this, I've given my wife a button that will shock me. Let's hope I don't get shocked too much. Ready, love?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I might be in trouble. Here goes nothing. Everyone throughout church history has believed in the real presence of Christ. Oh my goodness! All right. The real presence of Christ has been the predominant view of the church, with a few nuanced exceptions from the early church on to today. The early church on into the medieval church believed exclusively in transubstantiation. Okay, the early church mostly held to the real presence view, but the view of real presence as transubstantiation developed throughout the early and late Middle Ages church. Early Christian thinkers like Augustine, Justin Martyr, and Tertullian held to a real presence view that was all exactly the same. Okay. Those thinkers held to similar views on the Lord's Supper, but not exactly the same view. Throughout the Middle Ages, no one held to a spiritual presence view of real presence in the Lord's Supper. Okay. There were those who held to that view, but they were in the minority of Christian thinking. Okay, good. Okay. The Fourth Lateran Council established the view of the real presence in the Western Roman Catholic Church as transubstantiation. And as we saw earlier, the Reformation has views on the real presence that perfectly match the church before the papacy took over. Actually, the Reformers saw themselves as recovering an earlier view of the nature of the real presence, but it more closely mirrored the diversity of belief within the bounds of Nicene orthodoxy that they read in the early church fathers. The memorial view started in the Reformation as a fringe view, not fringe view of Zwingli. Okay, it has some roots in other Christian thinking, but it wasn't popular until the late 1800s. But most Christian traditions hold to some sort of real presence view. Okay, oh man, okay, man, I'm glad that's over. Oh, love, I said I'm glad that's over. Right. Well, I probably got some things wrong here, so if you want something that is more informative, go check out Historical Theology by Greg Allenson. Now it's a pretty good resource. So now we get to the part of the show where I tell you what to believe. Give me that button!